Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs and video games, and today I'm playing Monster Train. My current plan on Monster Train, my current goal while I'm going up Covenant ranks, is to Divinity Master all of the champions in the game. There are 3 champions I have not yet Divinity Mastered, and one of them is the Spine Chief. So we're going to be playing as the Spine Chief, and hopefully Divinity Master the Spine Chief today. And then I'll have the Hellhorned as my secondary clan. The question is, would I rather have Torch or Queen's Impling? Let's see here. We have Reap. With Reap, do I prefer to have Queen's Impling or Torch? I do not know. I'm going to go with Torch. And we're at Covenant rank 12. Let's go. So we've got Proclamation. I kind of like Proclamation. The Extract 2 makes it slightly difficult to play, but I do really like it. Fortify, another zero-cost card that is just fine. And Forgotten Trade, gain 1 Ember per Echo. That's fine. 3 zero-cost cards in my starting deck is kind of interesting. We'll see how that goes. Seraph the Patient has the Rallying Emblem. Seraph attacks every turn, applies melee weakness to your front unit, and gains attack on Rally and Incant. The gaining attack on Incant is pretty bad with the Wurmkin, I think. But overall, I don't think this is too bad. The melee weakness means that I will probably lose a couple units in the Seraph fight if we get there. Proclamation seems perfectly fine to deal with some of that. Alright, let's look at our deck. And of course, we do have the Worm Tooth. Spine Chief, of course. I have to remember that Fracture and Torch are infused, so that gives me more reason to possibly keep them. And let me remind myself what the Covenant ranks do, particularly Covenant rank 10. Covenant rank 10 applies Ember Drain on the top floor. That's important. And what we've got this time is major bosses have increased health. Alright. We do get a Divine Horde at the start. I do like that. But let's upgrade the champion first. So the Infector or the Corruptor. Strike, gain an Echo, or friendly units have extra attack per Echo. With our starting deck, I think it's important that we start with some Echoes, especially due to Proclamation, but also because of Forgotten Trade, which so far does not really help us much because we don't have anything to spend the Ember on. But still, I think that I want the Infector. So let's go with the Infector. And then let's go this Divine Horde first. I think we have more options in this one. Unit cost -2 for Forever Flame. It's always good. Ooh, starting with Capricious Reflection. That's really nice. And Faulty Loader, I don't think I care about very much. The fact that it only affects the first wave of combat is really insignificant, in my opinion. Might be wrong about that, but so far every time I've seen Faulty Loader, haven't been very interested in taking it. But Capricious Reflection, starting with that seems amazing. We're going to start with that. Our Pyre could gain 15, or when we summon the second unit during a turn, we gain 3 Ember. So far, we don't have a lot to use Ember on, but I do really like Hell's Banners. Hell's Banners means that we can afford to get some expensive units in our deck. Let's do that. Great, and let's go. Guardians of Light. Mark of Invasion. You know what? Perfectly fine with that. With Torch and Reap in my starting deck, that might not be too much of a problem. And of course, love turning on that first trial. So a whole bunch of clergymen. The Spine Chief I probably want to start with at the bottom. We can play Proclamation if we use both Torch and Fracture. I do want the Spine Chief at the bottom. The Spine Chief has tons of health, so let's start there. Unfortunately, you are going to heal him up unless I kill you, but I might care a lot more about killing these units, because these units will deal more to the Pyre, especially the ones at the very top. I could use Proclamation. I could do Fracture, Torch, Proclamation, which would kill the top 3. Or I could put a Train Steward at the top, which would give me Ember Drain. Don't like that. From rank 10. Of course, Ember Drain doesn't bother me much, considering my deck is super cheap. Although the Fractures and Torches do cost. How much do I care about having a Train Steward at the top, versus putting it at the bottom and dealing a little bit more damage to this guy? Hard choices. I am going to play a Torch and a Fracture. The real question is, do I Torch this one, the Trusted Priest, or do I use Torch and Fracture here so that we don't take any damage next turn? I think I'll do that. So I am going to play the Train Steward at the top. I could play it here, it would die. If I'm going to use Proclamation this turn, then we don't need a Train Steward at the top. Alright, so. Except that if I use Proclamation, the Reap doesn't kill him. Ooh, okay. Well, in that case, we're not going to use Proclamation. The Train Steward would die. So things did not turn out as well as I wanted them to. We're going to take 3 damage on the Pyre, looks like. The Train Steward can either go in the middle and die, or at the bottom and deal some damage. Let's put him at the bottom. And honestly, I'm okay with him dying, so I'm going to put him in the front. Oh, we got we got extra Ember. Right, Hell's Banners is not going to affect us much at the beginning of this run. Took 3 damage on the Pyre. We're getting gold for taking that damage on the Pyre. And that's fine. Now then, I do want to play a Torch and a Fracture again. Really would like to kill the Collector. The Forgotten Trade really does not help me at all. Let's just start with that, because it doesn't do anything, really. Fortify could save my Train Steward. Are we going to be able to kill this Apprentice of Light? I think so, because we've got another Proclamation in the deck, and that is likely to kill that one. Really want to kill the Collector. I think most important is killing the Collector. And then after that, I'm not sure what the most important is. If I put the Train Steward at the top, it will die, unless I give it Fortify. Is that true? It will just barely live if I give it the Fortify. Alternatively, I could kill this Trusted Priest, but I don't know that I care, because at this point this guy is going to deal 3 damage, and I don't think I'm going to stop it unless I draw a Proclamation. So let's try to decrease the damage as much as possible at the top. This one is not going very well. I can't tell if I could have made it go any better. But so far, we are going to take a fair amount of damage this first battle. Now then, killing this priest doesn't do anything. Killing the Apprentice of Light would do something if I could do it. And the likelihood of doing that is slim. Killing this Discipled Foot Soldier would do a lot. So let's focus on the Discipled Foot Soldier. That would mean torch you? Yeah, let's torch you. And then fracture the Discipled Foot Soldier. That will save the most health on the Pyre, I think, out of anything that I could have done this turn. Because we're going to take 3 here. We're going to take 3 here. Actually, we won't take that because of Proclamation. And might as well fortify our champion. Oh no, the damage shield. I forgot about the damage shield. That's unfortunate. Now, would like to kill this one. Do I need to play Proclamation at the bottom, however? Maybe. Certainly, Discipled Foot Soldier needs to die. So let's start with Torch. We're dealing 95 damage. Proclamation wins this turn. Which means that the Apprentice of Light up here never gets to deal damage against the Pyre. Great. And we win. Did take some damage on the Pyre that time, but I did get 125 gold with the Trial and the Collector. Posting Kin, consume permafrost, deal 13 to a unit and move it to the back. That is pretty nice. The permafrost is okay on it. Not that important. Apply Reap 4 to enemy units. Huh. Echo Snare is surprisingly not bad. It has infused and double stack. What about Power of Knowledge? Deal 15 damage for each spell in the Consume pile. I do like that one a lot. We do not have any Consume cards yet. No, we have Forgotten Trade. That's only one. We're likely to get more. And it does have Permafrost. So I'm interested, but I think I need to take Echo Snare. Let's take Echo Snare. Ritual of Battle already has an Emberstone in it. It's infused. Rage 10 is not too bad. The Hornbreak already has a Power Stone in it. That's really nice. Don't really care about a Fortify with a Holdover, so we're not taking that. Very much considering either the Hornbreak or the Ritual of Battle. The Ritual of Battle has not been Divinity Mastered yet. Is that a reason that I would take it over the Hornbreak? I mean, I guess so. It's not the best reason, but I was having trouble making the decision, so it's a reason. Hellhorned Banner or Wurmkin Banner. I really don't like starting with the Merchant of Steel, though, because in your starting deck, you have nothing but Train Stewards that you can spend the Merchant of Steel on. So I'd prefer to go to the Merchant of Magic, no matter what. Don't care about the Divine Boons. Let's look at our unit first. Spikes 3 on the Branded Warrior is not the best on the Branded Warrior. Don't mind the Endless, the Immortal Stone, and the Rail Beater. And The melee weakness 1 works really well, especially against bosses. Let's take the Rail Beater. And then Merchant of Magic. We have Eternal Stone, which would only affect Forgotten Trade. That doesn't seem great. I do like Surge Stone. Let's get a Surge Stone and put that on a torch, probably. Yep, put it on a torch. We can afford a reroll. If we bought Emberstone, do we care to put it on anything? I mean, I guess I am going to keep at least one Fracture. I am going to keep at least one Fracture. So let's put an Emberstone in one so that when I keep it, it will be better. I want to reroll. I also want to purge a Train Steward. Let's reroll. Power Stone. Power Stone is very nice in Proclamation. Doubles the damage that it deals. Let's do that. And then, do I care about Stack Stone? It is a nice thing to put in Ritual of Battle, because that would be Rage 20, which is quite nice. It would cost 3, which is not nice. So I'm not sure that I want to do it. But what would I do if I did not do that? I would purge a card and get an Emberstone. I can get an Emberstone either way. Let's take the Stack Stone. Ritual of Battle. The Ritual of Battle is fully upgraded, and then we can always buy an Emberstone and put it on something we're going to keep. Which, I guess I'm going to keep at least one of the torches. Probably. Or I could keep another Fracture. I'm going to keep another Fracture. So we've got 2 Fractures that we're keeping. And let's move on. Aggressive Amulet. Non-boss enemy units get +4 attack. I get a unit draft, which I do really like. And I don't know that I care too much about the non-boss units in this one getting +4 attack. Let's turn it on. The Discipled Foot Soldier getting that is kind of annoying. We can kill it with a torch though, which is kind of perfect. The Rail Beater having Endless is nice because the melee weakness 1 is something that you want to put in front, but then that makes it so that the Rail Beater dies. But who cares if it dies? Because you just get it back, right? So the torch kills this one, and then Fracture kills that one, and then we should play this other Fracture so that we have more echoes. Great. Collector on the 2nd floor. I believe that means we're playing the Train Steward there. There we go. We can fortify. Is there any reason to fortify a Rail Beater that has Endless? Not a whole lot of reason. Let's simply Fracture you. And then fortify our champion. I'm gonna just let this Rail Beater die. Except that it might not die because we're already at almost the final wave. Alright. Well, we can play Train Stewards. I could play 2 Train Stewards, but it would require me to get an Ember Drain. I do not like that. So instead, we're just going to play a Ritual of Battle on you and be done. Okay, final wave. We're already winning, so just click end turn. There we go. So that one went a lot better than the first one. Let's see what we get. The Echo Infusion with Holdover. Interesting. Interesting. We also have Hosting Kin already with a Power Stone in it. That one seems pretty good too. And I do like my Bounding Echoes. I'm not really building a Bounding Echoes deck currently, though, based on what we've taken so far. So I'm considering the first two, Echo Infusion with Holdover, or Hosting Kin already with a Power Stone in it, and infused. I think we're going to go Hosting Kin. Hidden Passage to ascend a unit, only okay. Another Hornbreak with a Power Stone already in it. I really like that. Let's take it. We're building a very spell-heavy deck. The Glugsider is actually pretty nice. The Heartstone inside of it is not the most important at all. But the fact that it has infused is nice. The Extract 4 doesn't bother me with how many echoes we apparently do produce. The Glugsider is not bad. On the other hand, could get another Rail Beater. Let's look at unit essences. The Rail Beater just adds armor 30. The Glugsider is quite nice. Don't really care much about the Steelworker. I think I'm going to have to go Glugsider here. I think this is the deck for it. I don't necessarily like the card, but I think this is the deck for it. So we could go Merchant of Steel and the Pyre Remains. Pyre Remains is pretty good right now. Merchant of Steel is not bad. Otherwise, a free artifact and a Wurmkin unit. I think I want another unit. Especially with Hell's Banners, I'm interested in adding more units. So let's go to the right. The Unknown Most first. Concealed Caverns. Two Ornate Chests. Huh. We could get a bunch of money for losing a lot of Pyre health. Huh. I don't know if I've ever seen this one before. I don't think I have. $150 coins is quite nice. I don't know how much I value 25 Pyre health. I'm gonna say not that much. Let's get the 150 coins. I mean, that does put me pretty close to death, which I don't like, but the goal is to just kill all the units. Don't take damage. First of Kin. We don't really have much that does Etch. We do have a fair amount that does Inspire. The Large Stone is okay. The Large Stone makes it so that we cannot place it on the same floor as our champion currently. I do really like the Keeper of Echoes, though. Let's take the Keeper of Echoes. And then an artifact. Plus 50% attack on the champion is not bad. The Dun Echo is not bad either. I've never taken the Dun Echo. Never taken the Dun Echo. Let's take it. I can't really tell how good that is. It seems like it's okay. And then we've got 15 pack shards. If we go in the Divine Temple, Value Stone doesn't really do much of anything for me. Purge Stone is okay. Let's look at where we're getting pack shards in the future. So, there is a Divine Temple here. We are going to get 15 there. I will probably use that Divine Temple. There's 3 Divine Temples near the end. Alright, we're going to get our pack shards near the end, it looks like. So I don't really worry about pack shards right now, and I don't particularly care about either of these, so I'm going to leave them be. And just go into Daedalus the Professor. Explosive Sigil. Enemy units deal 1 damage to the front unit on death. That's actually not too bad. Don't mind that. So we've got our Spine Chief and Rail Beater combo at the very beginning. Let's do that. So the Rail Beater is going in front of the Spine Chief. And then we are already killing the first 2. I can't kill the middle clergyman with the torches. So let's kill this one. And I could either kill the front one, or I could put 2 damage on Daedalus and add an Echo here. I don't know which one of those I care to do, because 5 damage on the Rail Beater is okay. I don't know, let's add another Echo down here. I'm thinking about adding Echoes to other floors because of the Glug Slider, but I'll worry about that later. Alright, the Constructed Explosive is bad. It'd be nice to destroy that. Hornbreak could do it. The Echo Snare is quite nice here, although it does not take out the Constructive Explosive fast enough. Only the Hornbreak could take it out. Can't fit the Keeper of Echoes down here. We could fit it on the floor above, but if I did that, I wouldn't be able to play both the Hornbreak and the Echo Snare. Let's play the Hornbreak to kill this one. That makes it so the Rail Beater doesn't die this turn. And then Echo Snare consumes, but it does apply 4 Reap to Daedalus, and then we could also Fracture Daedalus. Great. Glug Slider can't go anywhere because it doesn't fit, or we don't have the Echoes to put it down. Alright. We can kill the front unit here with Proclamation. That's excellent. Actually, we could do that with either Proclamation. But it seems like what we could do is Fracture Daedalus some more, torch him, and then I could Proclamation up here, but I should have torched the Constructive Explosive. Whoops. Because then I could have done 100 damage to Daedalus. That was a mistake. Oh well. Let's put a Train Steward here. I could Proclamation here. That would prevent 2 damage. Don't really care about that. I believe that it is the turn that the Rail Beater will die. Forgotten Trade kinda doesn't matter. Of all of the things in my deck, that's probably the one that I most want to get rid of. Unless I get some more expensive stuff. The Constructive Explosive will kill my Train Steward. That does not bother me. I could put another Train Steward down. I think I will. And then Fortify. If we Fortify you, it stops 5 damage. That's kind of pointless. I mean, I guess it's the same thing as if we fortify the front one versus if we fortify the back one. So that kind of didn't mean anything either way. Let's hit Daedalus with a Reap so that he takes more damage. Because of Endless, we know we're going to draw our Rail Beater again. Ooh, and this is nice because we actually get to use the Hell's Banners for once. We play the Rail Beater here. We play a Train Steward here. And then we have enough that we can play Ritual of Battle, which we will play on the Spine Chief. Now then, do we torch the Constructed Explosive so that you take less damage? Probably that's a good idea, because next turn we're going to be facing Daedalus, and having the Rail Beater have more health means that we'll apply more melee weakness. So I think that's worth it. Let's torch the Constructed Explosive. I don't really care that these guys are going up, because I believe we'll kill Daedalus before they get to the top. So let's end turn. And we are already winning. So great, let's win. The fact that that one went so well is quite nice. It's encouraging. However, remember that we're at very low pack shards right now. So that was easy, but it was supposed to be easy. Impolate is useless to us. Echoes of the Past is quite nice. Quite nice. Wurmkin Etchings really doesn't fit in this deck, so Echoes of the Past. We could afford the Demon Fiend. And I'm considering it. Horned Warrior with multi-strike in it, so that it has multi-strike 2, is also pretty nice. It takes 2 slots. The 2 slots is the problem there, because I can't fit it alongside my Glugsider right now. Although that might encourage me to take 1 more slot on every floor. I think I'm going to take the Horned Warrior. And then, because I took that, I'm thinking of Light of Seraph more. Fel's Remorse does not really help this deck very much. Herzl's Compound does. But I think the Light of Seraph opens up more possibilities for units next to each other that I would really like. It allows the Spine Chief and Keeper of Echoes to be on the same floor, and it allows the Glugsider and the Horned Warrior to be on the same floor. So let's take it. Light of Seraph. Also, the extra Pyre health, really nice there. I am very much considering the left path here. Don't know what I would duplicate, but removing 2 cards is very nice. It's very nice. Let's go to the left side. I am going to look at this one first. The Value Stone and Purge Stone again. Just don't care about those two that much right now, so I'm going to ignore this. I'm actually thinking maybe we use Engage Pact. Like, what if we used Engage Pact? The unit essences we have are the Keeper of Echoes. The unit essence is pretty nice, but also the card itself is pretty nice. Horned Warrior seems pretty bad, actually. I don't really want to get rid of my Endless Rail Beater, so we will not do this. Let's get a Hellhorned unit first. Another Rail Beater. Huh. Another Rail Beater we might actually sacrifice. The Alpha Fiend... Huh. The Alpha Fiend adds 1 slot. And strike +5. I like that one for sacrificing. Let's take this and sacrifice it. So what I'm thinking is we take that, we immediately engage Pact, and we're going to sacrifice the Alpha Fiend, sacrifice that one, and put it on the Horned Warrior, which has multi-strike. Great. So it has multi-strike, and every time it strikes, it gains more attack value. That seems very nice. And then adding another space to the floor that we put it on is pretty nice too. I think we duplicate that. Duplicate our Horned Warrior Alpha Fiend combination. Although we are getting a lot of pack shards now. Don't like that. And then let's remove 2 Train Stewards. 2 Train Stewards gone. And then lastly, upgrade the champion. Giving the champion multi-strike is not bad at all. I don't mind the Decayer either, though. The multi-strike does more damage. And I do like the more damage. It also adds more charged echoes. Which, how much do we care about that? I'm not sure. I do like the more damage, though, and the more health. Let's do the Infector 2. And battle. This time the threat level is high. The Seal of Aggression seems quite bad in this one. I'm going to leave that one off. So let's just go right in. Now, we have to be very careful about the haste here, because we might have people make it to the top floor. The Keeper of Echoes, because I did the Light of Seraph, I could put that alongside the Spine Chief. I do like that. I do like that a lot. So let's do it. Spine Chief at the bottom. Keeper of Echoes at the bottom. And then I guess we do Echo Snare. Right? I mean, we could keep Echo Snare in our deck. We could just keep Echo Snare in the deck for later. But no. Let's just do it now. And then Torch doesn't really do anything anymore except add an Echo, which does invoke the Inspire, so no reason not to do that. Should have killed that one. Don't know why I didn't kill the one that was dealing damage. Alright. We've got our Alpha Fiend. Do really like the Alpha Fiend. Oh, the +1. Oops. I totally misunderstood that. The +1 space means that the Horned Warrior Alpha Fiend takes more space. It doesn't add space to the floor. I was considering that exactly backward, and that's kind of a problem. Not how you would like to do that. I'm going to put the Horned Warrior here. Oh man, the fact that the Glug Cider doesn't fit alongside of it really does hurt though. Oh well. We can Proclamation the Clipped Guardian. Let's start there. And then both of these are dying, and they're doing a little bit of damage. You are doing the most damage, but I can't really kill him unless I use... Yeah, I can't really kill him. So let's just torch the front one, or Proclamation the front one. Let's Proclamation the front one. Then I'm going to Infused up here to add a Charged Echo, I guess? Does that help me at all? The Glug Cider doesn't fit up there, so probably not. Yeah, probably not. Let's just keep adding Charged Echoes down here, where we get the benefit for them. Alright, Glug Cider, kind of sad because you don't fit anywhere. You ended up not working in this deck as much as I thought you might. What can we do at the bottom? Not a whole lot. We can torch the Clipped Conduit though. That's pretty significant, so let's just do that. I can play all of these cards, except for the Glug Cider. I think I will do that. So we're going to play the Rail Beater here. We're going to play the Alpha Fiend at the top, because why not? Where else are we going to put him? That does give us Ember Drain, but I don't think the Ember Drain bothers me too much, and we'll put the Train Steward in front of him. Alright. Glug Cider. Yeah, we don't have the capacity for you. Oh well. We need to kill more things at the bottom. The fact that I can't play my Ritual of Battle this turn is really sad. That's because of the Ember Drain. Usually in this deck it would not bother me because most of my things cost 0, but that is the one that costs 3, and I'm sad that I'm not able to use it. Still, the Echoes of the Past is pretty amazing on either the bottom or the middle floor. And then Fracture, of course, makes it so that you guys don't move to the 3rd floor. So let's Echoes of the Past our champion. And then fortify somebody. Fortify you. Alright, so the Clipped Guardian makes it to the next floor, but everybody else does. And I don't think he makes it past the next floor. Almost certainly not. Our Horned Warriors are very nice, except for the fact that they have only 5 health. Fortify you. There's really no reason not to play all of these cards. Fracture, Torch, Hornbreak. Gives us a lot of echoes, at least. If that ends up mattering. We are already winning yet again, so I am going to torch this guy, though. Kill that guy. And win. So far, this deck is doing pretty well. And I'm not entirely sure why it's doing as well as it is. But I'm happy about it. Deal 5 damage to enemy units per echo, plus 20 damage. But it has Consume on it, because of the Surge Stone. I really don't like that it has the Surge Stone. That is probably going to mean I don't take that. What about Soul Crushing Guilt? Apply Daze 3 to a unit and move it to the back. And it has Holdover. The problem is the Extract 3. How bad is Extract 3 when our champion adds 2 echoes every single turn, though? I don't know. I really want to take it, so we will, but I'm not sure that it's the right choice. Infused Piercing. Deal 15 damage, apply armor 20. The Power Stone is really bad on that card. Alright, we're not taking Branding Right. Rage Serum is fine. The Eternal Stone? Okay, so it doesn't have Consume. I don't think I care about any of these. Let's skip. So I do want to take more cards. The trinkets are pretty nice too, though. I don't think I want to duplicate another card currently. Ooh, hard choices. I think I'm going to go to the left because of the Merchant of Trinkets, and I do really want those Pyre Remains, honestly. So we're going this way. Let's hope the Merchant of Trinkets has some nice stuff. Plus 3 magic power. Plus 3 magic power means that... What does that affect? The Hosting Kin. It affects the Hosting Kin. It affects the Proclamations by a good amount. It affects the Torches. Most of the cards in my deck... Oh, it affects the Hornbreak. Most of the cards in my deck don't do direct damage. But it's still pretty nice. When 1 or more echoes are added to a floor, apply Reap 1 to a random enemy unit twice. That seems really good for the deck that we have. I'm going to purchase that one. Railhammer. Grant plus 4 stacks of armor each time it is applied to friendly units. Each time it is applied. So the Fortify is kind of doubled. Almost doubled in its effect. And the Rail Beater comes out with more armor. It's okay. I think I care more about the Tempered Talisman. Do I care more about re-rolling and looking for something better, though? No, I think I'm going to take the Tempered Talisman and probably purge a card. Let's get the Divine Horde, though. Friendly units enter with Rage 3. It's not too bad. I do always like the Cheater's Hand. And the Mark of an Exile is not bad, especially with our champion having 80 health. Let's do the Mark of an Exile. Champion has more health. And then Merchant of Trinkets, we are going to purge a card. Purge, Train Steward. Do I want to purge another Train Steward? I kind of do. Let's do it. Train Steward's gone. Alright. Money also mostly gone. Let's go to the next battle. Enemy units enter with armor 15. That's really bad with the Silent Marksman. I will not turn that on. Yeah, that's really bad. This will probably be a difficult fight for me. Let's see how it goes. In some sense, what I want to do is put things at the top immediately because of the stealth. I think I might do that. So what if we put the Spine Chief and the Horned Warrior at the very top. Spine Chief in front because of the extra health. We get the Ember Drain 1, but we never see the Ember Drain 1 again. And we're almost guaranteed to win, to defeat everything before it gets to the top. I think I like that. So this is the plan. Spine Chief in front, Alpha Fiend in the back. I will, of course, still try to kill everything before it makes it to the top. However, we might not be able to do that. And that will be okay. We do have Rail Beater and Alpha Fiend together. That is a nice combination together. Let's put those out. So Rail Beater in front, Alpha Fiend in the back. Very nice combination. We can get rid of the Silent Marksman with the Fracture. We can Proclamation the Clip Defender. I like that. And might as well Fortify. Fortify you. Fracture you. So you're going to make it to the next floor. I do like that we had units to kill the Collector already, too. Okay, well, the bottom is really bad this turn. We're going to have to use the torches to prevent that from killing us, basically. We do not have the torch that I want to have, though. We can use this torch to kill this one. And then only our Endless guy dies. That's actually not bad. We can torch again. We can use the Forgotten Trade. The Echo Snare is pretty good too. Let's start with Echo Snare. Now you're both dying. We can use Forgotten Trade. And Keeper of Echoes here. Do I want to play that? Because could play the Glugsider in the middle. Or we could just never play the Glugsider. It's kind of sad, but that might be what we do. Never play the Glugsider. Where do I want the Echoes? I want them here with the Inspire. Great. Alright, we do have our Rail Beater. The Rail Beater won't die. We can kill this Silent Marksman. The Glugsider cannot be played. There's no space. So let's torch somebody. Torch him so we take less damage. Great. Alright. I am surprised at how well we're doing, honestly. I put these at the top thinking that we would have to deal with things at the top, and we have currently never had to deal with things at the top. And there's no reason to play any of these cards. Alright. Now, the bottom is going to die because of the Stealth 9 here. However... Ooh, Soul Crushing Guilt is pretty nice. Let's do that. Do I want to do Proclamation first, though? If I use Proclamation first, then one of these will deal 8 damage. Let me think about this. If I use Proclamation first, I will deal this one 65 damage. If I don't use it first, I can use it to kill one of these. I think I'd rather use 65 damage on Crystal Cloak. Then we can use Soul Crushing Guilt to move you to the back and dazed you. We can use Hornbreaker. Let's see here. Let's use Fracture first. We're going to fracture you, obviously. And then we're still dying because of this Stealth 9. We're dying before we get to actually hit the Crystal Cloak. Which is what I expected to happen, but I wasn't sure if it would happen. So let's use the Hornbreak on the Crystal Cloak. Alright. Echoes of the Past can be used up here. Great. So the Crystal Cloak makes it to the second floor. The question is, how much stealth does he still have? He still has 4 stealth. Okay, not the best. Luckily, we still have Soul-Crushing Guilt, so we can dazed him again. So fracture you, dazed you. Let's put the Rail Beater in front. Unfortunately, we're still dying here. I guess that was still expected, but it'd be nice if it didn't happen. How much damage are we dealing there? We're dealing a fair amount. And then we kill the Crystal Cloak at the top. No problem. I said that one would be a hard one for me. It ended up being hard, but only during the boss wave. The rest of the waves went down fast. Oh, I love the Perfect Insanity. I do want to add that. Unfortunately, it's the one that's not infused here. Let's see here. Total Recall. Total Recall is not bad. Broken Memories is pointless in the deck that we have. Yeah, we're adding Perfect Insanity. Perfect Insanity to the deck. Impressive is pointless. Imp in a Box is not great. Battering Ram is not great. Let's skip. Okay. We've got a Divine Temple there, a Divine Temple there. Alright. We don't need to go into the Divine Temple here. There's a Concealed Caverns and an Unstable Vortex. There's a Merchant of Steel. I kind of want the Merchant of Steel. I also kind of want the Merchant of Magic. Let's think about that. So the Merchant of Magic, I have... Echoes of the Past is not likely to get much better. Got the Fractures, of course. Fortifies. Hosting Kin could get better. Hornbreak could get better. Proclamations could get a lot better. Don't think I care that much. Let's go to the Merchant of Steel. That also allows me to remove 2 cards, which I want to do. So, let's go over here. Let's see what's in the Divine Temple first. True Stone. True Stone. Hornbreak already has Piercing. Could be added to one of the Proclamations. Could be added to the Hosting Kin. There's some good options with True Stone. I will consider adding True Stone. Let's go to the Concealed Caverns. The Historian. Alright. Would I characterize myself as honest, aggressive, or stealthy? The Gift of Gratitude to gain 40 gold. Your Pyre gets +1 for every 10 gold you have. Or Petty Thief. I mean, I really like the Petty Thief. It's not a great spell, but I do like the 50 gold. Let's take Petty Thief. It's probably a bad idea, but I don't think I've ever played with it before. And it does kill some things, right? Now, Merchant of Steel. Huh. Interesting starting options, not the ones that I want. I don't think I want Large Stone, but let's look at it. I mean, if we just accept that we're not going to play anything alongside the Horned Warrior, we could add Large Stone to it. I don't know if I like that. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. The Strength Stone obviously goes on one of the Horned Warriors. The Fury Stone is nice too, but since I don't have anything that works with Fury, I think the Strength Stone is almost better. Almost. Let's put a Strength Stone on one of the Horned Warriors. And then let's consider adding the Large Stone to the other one. I think I will. So, there we go. Ridiculous Horned Warrior. Cost 4 space. And then the Fury Stone, it's not too bad on the Rail Beater, because the Rail Beater has Endless, so you get to reuse the Fury Stone. But I don't know that I care that much. On the other hand, the Keeper of Echoes is okay. If I'm going to use it at all, it'll probably be on the Keeper of Echoes. Maybe. Am I going to go to another of these? Another Merchant of Steel? Probably not next time. And very likely not the last time. Could go the last time. So if I'm not going to another one of these, this is kind of the last time that I'm going to purchase something from here. So let's get the Fury Stone and add it to the Rail Beater. Because at least you get to reuse the Rage 7 when the Rail Beater dies and comes back. And then Unstable Vortex. The Forgotten Trade is not great. Could remove that. Could also remove a torch. The torches are getting pretty bad. Are they as bad as a fracture though? Because I do have the upgraded magic power. Let's get rid of one fracture. And then the question is the Forgotten Trade worse than a torch? I think it is. Let's get rid of Forgotten Trade. Alright. And final consideration, do I get True Stone? True Stone we could add to Petty Theft, one of the proclamations. Having piercing on a proclamation is really nice. Let's make this proclamation even better. 165 and piercing. And we're at 80 pack shards. Going against the Fell, the Wings of Light. Fell and her allies will add Scourge cards to your hand and deck. Those are not great. Especially because Reap does not prevent those from happening. The Ultimate Penance. Ooh. Well, at least starting with that in my hand is not bad because of Hell's Banners. Glug Cider is not the one that we want in our hand, though. Very unfortunate to start with Glug Cider. I could play it. Right? No, I can't play it. It needs 4, we could get a total of 3. Except that the Echoes of the Past removes them all, so... Can't play the Glug Cider. We can only play Spine Chief. And I do want to put it at the bottom. So let's start there. which also means that the Hell's Banners doesn't help us because we can't play Glugsider. However, we don't need the extra Ember if we don't play Glugsider. So, let's purge this. Let's definitely Hornbreak you, because you add Sap and a Weight of Contrition. Don't like either of those. So kill you. And then the Serrated Mandibles might hit him and kill him. Except that we're going to clear all of our echoes. Never mind. Well, anyway, we're definitely doing that. Ooh, you die. Oh, you die because the strike gives us an echo. Great. So we are killing everything on the first turn, even though we had kind of a weak first turn. Ooh. We could put this with our champion. I do like putting this down at the bottom with the champion. We could put the Rail Beater on the second floor. Yeah, let's do that. So you're going behind the champion, of course. That means that all of you die. All of you die pretty fast, actually. Let's put the Rail Beater here. And then let's Fracture the boss and Torch the boss. Great. 86 damage to the boss. I could also Dazed 3 the boss if I wanted to. Is that worth it? Dazed 3 the boss? I don't think so. Alright, we're killing things at the bottom pretty fast at this point. Do really dislike the Ultimate Penance. I want to get rid of those every time because the 5 damage can add up. So I am going to play it, even though it prevents me from playing Keeper of Echoes, which is sad. But if we can come out of here with taking no damage on the Pyre, I would much prefer that. So we're going to try. You are dealing a lot of damage, you two are not dealing much. So let's torch you. And then we can fracture the boss, always nice. We could play Proclamation, but only at the bottom. I guess there's no reason not to, because we're going to get the echoes back anyway. Is there a reason to do it, though? I don't think so. So we'll play it because why not? Could play this Horned Warrior at the top. I like it. Ooh, the Petty Thief. Or a Petty Theft, I mean. Petty Theft kills this one. Gets me 50 gold. Can't really do anything at the bottom. Nothing to do there, so let's... I'm gonna be sad that we're not going to play Ritual of Battle yet again, but still, putting this guy at the top seems very valuable. So let's do it. And let's torch the boss. Get rid of another one of the spell shields. My Horned Warriors are very strong. So, we can't play... Ooh, we actually did not draw Ritual of Battle, so we might actually be able to play it. Let's play the Ultimate Penance. We did not draw anything that allows me to play Perfect Insanity, which is very sad. I would be very happy to play it against the boss this turn, but we just didn't draw well to do that. Instead, we get to Hosting Kin U. We get to Proclamation the front one. And then Fortify our champion. Overall, pretty good turn. Echo Snare. I like Echo Snare, but also the Ritual of Battle is very strong. We do not have enough Ember to play most of the cards. So what do we play? Don't really want the Weight of Contrition, so maybe that's a reason to play Echo Snare down here. Or Hornbreak down here, either one works. A Keeper of Echoes probably won't be played this match. The Ritual of Battle is really nice. I could put the Ritual of Battle on this Horned Warrior. Would that kill the Absolver? I think it would. Because Rage 20 means 40 more attack. So you would have 120 something attack. Yeah, I think that works. 110 attack, apparently. But still, we kill the Absolver. Let's do that. That means I think that we kill everything at the bottom every turn easily. Until that Horned Warrior dies. Which he could die any moment. I really don't know how long he'll last. Have Perfect Insanity, but not anywhere close to the boss. The Glug Cider could go in the center if I had more echoes there, which I don't. So in that case, we are playing the Ultimate Penance. We're not playing either of those two, which means what? I could kill this one with Proclamation, or I could do that damage to the boss. Well, actually I can't because of the spell shield. Never mind. Proclamation. Now there's really nothing worth doing at the bottom except for Fortify. So let's torch the boss at the top, get rid of another one of those spell shields. Alright, final wave. And I think we crush it. Ooh, we do not. We do not crush it. We will crush it eventually. Add some more Fracture. Torch. Proclamation. There we go. Now we're doing it. Our champion dies, but our Horned Warrior deals a lot of damage. And then it dies to Reap, actually. Wonderful. Accelerated Incubation is useless in the deck that we have. Unearthed Remains is actually okay. Huh. Unearthed Remains is actually okay in this deck. The Spike of the Hellhorned is sometimes okay. I'm gonna take Unearthed Remains. I've never had a deck where I thought this would be worth it. But I think it's worth it in this one. I really want to get Herzl's Compound. Getting another Light of Seraph is actually pretty nice too. But I think Herzl's Compound is what we want. More options every turn is really good. So we've got one after this. We don't need to go to the Divine Temple. I think we're going to the Merchant of Magic this time and getting whatever this free artifact is. So let's look at the money and then look at the champion upgrade. The Infector 3. Yeah, the Infector 3. Let's do it. Multi-strike 2 on the champion. Gain an artifact. Ho-ho, the concussive coals. I really like the concussive coals, and I think the infused mallet is very weak. So, concussive coals. And then the Merchant of Magic. Actually, before we do this, let's see what the options are in the Divine Temple. There's the Extreme Stone. Extreme Stone is one of the ones that I really like. We could add it to this Proclamation. Or the Hornbreak, for that matter. That would make the Hornbreak pretty amazing. I think I'm going to add it to the Hornbreak. So the Hornbreak does 48 damage twice, and it has piercing. And I don't care about the Purge Stone that much, so... Merchant of Magic. What would we put Keepstone on? Perfect Insanity? Perfect Insanity could have Keepstone. Oh, wait a minute, that's Holdover. I was thinking of Freeze Stone when I said that. That's not the one that we have. Do I want Holdover on any of these? I think no. So let's ignore that one. Let's get the Power Stone. That's pretty easy. Let's add it to Proclamation. Pretty good on Petty Theft too, but let's deal more damage. And then Emberstone. What do we add Emberstone to? Could be Unearthed Remains. Could be one of the torches that we're probably going to keep, even though it'd be nice to remove these torches. Let's add it to Unearthed Remains. And mostly that's because I don't know what else I would add to that one. Surge Stone. I want the Surge Stone on a torch. That is an easy choice. Stack Stone. Could go on a Reap. Ooh, could go on Soul Crushing Guilt. Applies days 6. There we go. And then we can still afford an Emberstone. Do I care? Or would I rather just keep the money for the future? I think maybe let's keep the money. And I'm doing that mainly because of the Merchant of Trinkets next time. Having that 20 extra gold might matter. And we can always spend it. Alright, let's go. The Pyrewings. Ooh, Mark of Invasion here? What would that mean? That could be really bad. The 400 gold is pretty amazing, though. I'm going to turn it on. I might regret this. I might regret this. Almost all of them are dazed. That's kind of nice. Of course, they are the Wiltwings, so if I put something up there that kills them, they deal damage back. And we unfortunately didn't get many things to deal with the Wiltwings. What we did get is the Spine Chief and the Keeper of Echoes that I could put together at the bottom. It's okay. We can't really use Proclamation this turn. Really hate the Pyrewings with the sweep. That means I get 0. I think I get 0 next turn. 0 Ember, that is. That's real bad. I've got to hit it, though. So, we're going to play the Spine Chief at the bottom with the Keeper of Echoes. And I guess the Spine Chief goes in front because it just has a lot more health. A lot more health. So the Keeper of Echoes goes to the bottom. That means that we have Ember this turn, but not next turn. The Echoes of the Past, there's no reason not to play that at the bottom. And then we cannot play Proclamation. We can play the Rail Beater. Now, the Rail Beater could kill some Wurmkins, and honestly, the Ember Drain next turn doesn't matter because we're going to have a lot of Ember Drain next turn anyway. So, let's kill a couple Wurmkins before they deal damage to the Pyre. Oh no, the Wurmkins deal damage when they die, so they do a lot of damage to the Pyre. I did not consider that. That makes it much worse. Also, I have 0 Ember this turn, so there's not too much that we can do. Would love to play Proclamation here to kill this one. I could do that if I played Hosting Kin and Unearthed Remains here. But maybe it's better to get rid of a couple of Wurmkins. Proclamation could go at the bottom. I like that. Let's kill this one. And then I really do like the Unearthed Remains at the bottom because we're going to get a lot of echoes at the bottom. So let's play it at the bottom. And then Hosting Kin. If I kill one of these Wurmkins, does my Rail Beater die? And is that bad or good? Let's see here. The Wurmkins currently do 20 damage. 25 because I kill one, but 20 before they die. If I kill one of them, then it does the same amount of damage that it would do if I didn't kill it. But it's not doing that against the Pyre. And as much as I would like the money, do I take damage against the Pyre in order to get that money? I guess I do. I guess that's the entire point of turning on the Mark of Invasion. So getting 10 more damage against the Pyre in order to kill the Collector and get 100 gold, I guess I'm doing that. And maybe I will regret it. We will see. I don't like that Pyrewings is making it up there next turn. Really want to kill that Pyrewings. Perfect. Concussive Coals. You dazed that Pyrewings. So glad my Concussive Coals dazed that Pyrewings. We've got a Horn Break that could almost kill this one because of the piercing. We've got Perfect Insanity that could kill one of them. Let's kill this one. How do we kill this one? With Horn Break. And then I actually don't want to fortify him because I want him to die. Then we don't have the... Or I could kill this with the torch, and then I would be happy to fortify him. Questions. Let's kill him with the torch. And then I'm happy to fortify you but I might not. So if we fracture anybody down here, we could then Perfect Insanity the other one, and then they both die. Might as well spend the torch to get the echo. And who am I fortifying? The Rail Beater? No. We're fortifying our champion. Okay, we took a lot of damage because of the trial. And I'm going to hope that was a good plan. Five damage does not kill anybody. So Petty Theft does nothing here. We can apply Dazed 6 to one of them. That's really nice because that saves 44 damage. Let's do that. And then what? Echo Snare? Echo Snare would basically kill these. We don't get to play Ritual of Battle, which is kind of sad. Echo Snare. Then they all die. We'll play Fracture to get another Echo. And we're done. So we've got the Soul Crushing Guilt again. That's really nice, seeing the Pyrewings in the back there. So let's play Soul Crushing Guilt. You will be dazed. Very important for you to be dazed. Now, it would be great to kill more of these enemies. It would be great. The Echoes of the Past is wonderful. We'll play it last. What do we do with the rest of our turn, though? I guess let's try to do as much damage as we can to the Pyrewings, because that's the only one that I care about not making it to the top. And then we will Echoes of the Past on our multi-strike unit, of course. There we go. Our bottom is very strong. It'd be nice to have a center. We could play this Horned Warrior in the center. That would make a pretty decent center. Sad not to play the Ritual of Battle yet again, though. Still, this guy going here is very nice, especially since the Pyrewings is still dazed. And we can just kill that Pyrewings. There's no reason not to play these cards. So, let's play these cards. Nice. And these cards we cannot play. Or there's no reason to play them. Alright, we win easily against this boss. And it started off dazed. Great. We eventually win against this boss, is what I mean. Great. 50 damage taken. 50 damage. Is it worth the gold that I got? I guess we'll find out. Revenge of the Damned, deal 8 damage twice, and if you slay, you get 2 Ember. Doesn't seem great. Soul Siphon. Soul Siphon is okay. Ooh, a Perfect Insanity infused with Permafrost. I'm taking it. Tiresome Climb. Ascend a unit and apply daze 2. Actually not bad. But I don't know that I like the 2 cost. The permafrost makes it a little bit better. The real question is, do I take Tiresome Climb or do I skip? And I think I'm leaning towards skip. The permafrost is the only reason I'm considering it, because normally this type of card I would draw it multiple times and each time it would be a dead draw. But because of the permafrost, I draw it once and it's guaranteed to be useful, if it's useful ever. So I think I'm going to take it and wonder again if that was a good idea. I'm filling my deck with a few cards that I think maybe, maybe not. So Merchant of Steel, Unstable Vortex, or Merchant of Magic with the Hellvent. I don't know what I would want to duplicate. I honestly don't know. I have a lot of decent cards. Duplicating the Hornbreak would be actually pretty nice. We could duplicate the Hornbreak. That's the only one I would consider. For removing, I would be happy to remove 2 torches, I think. Or a torch and a fracture. Would I rather duplicate or remove? Would I rather Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Magic? I think I would rather Merchant of Magic. And let's look in the Divine Temple first. Upgrade a spell to gain Spell Chain or a Purge Stone. Purge Stone is pretty pointless at this point. I think I'm going to do nothing in the Divine Temple. I'm just going to duplicate a card. Let's look at what is in here just to see if that makes a difference. Upgrade a spell to gain Permafrost. I do like the Permafrost. When a card with Consume is played, all cards gain +1 magic power for the rest of the battle. I like the thought of that, but how many Consume cards do we have? 1, 2. Just looking for Consume. Oh, actually we've got those. And the Unearthed Remain. Unearthed Remains has Consumed. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5 is how much I counted. 5 Consume cards. So that is a Tempered Talisman that takes a little while to get going, but gives a little bit more. Huh. The Golden Vault is pretty interesting. Hardened Hull does nothing for me. So, if I were to duplicate something, I think I chose already, but I have to remind myself what I chose. The Hornbreak. Let's duplicate the Hornbreak. I can't add anything to it, so let's duplicate it as it is. And that gives us all the Pyre, or the, Pact shards that we need. So, what do I care about most? Probably the Notice Stone the most. I like the Freeze Stone, I like the Power Stone, but I think what I want to do is re-roll here first. Units get an extra upgrade slot, does nothing for me. The Precious Plating and Pyre Wall are okay. So let's spend money here and consider maybe leaving 200 money? Maybe. So, Permafrost, what would I add it to? Permafrost could be added to a lot of things. A lot of things. Perfect Insanity is a very good choice. Don't we have 2 perfect insanities? Oh yes, but this one already has permafrost. So we can have both of our perfect insanities have permafrost. You know, I kind of like that. Let's do it. Permafrost, perfect insanities. Then a power stone on, could be the petty theft, but it's almost definitely going on that proclamation. Yeah. Emberstone. How much do I care? Not a whole lot, but we could add it to Tiresome Climb to make it more playable. Let's do that. And then we have 290, which is not a great number, because if I re-roll, I could buy one of the first 2. Okay, let's re-roll. So I'm choosing between giving holdover to a spell or getting 40 health to the Pyre. And I think we're getting 40 health to the Pyre. So let's do that. Precious plating. And then we have 30 gold that we can spend on either a Surge Stone or an Ember Stone. The fact that we have the Notice Stone makes me want to choose Surge Stone. And Torch is always a good place to put it. So let's do that. Great. And let's go into the final gauntlet. I don't know how well this is going to do. So far we've been doing just fine, but I'm not sure if we'll win. Let's see. So the Rally and Incant really do affect this deck. We'll see how well we do against Seraph the Patient. Now then, the Glug Cider. I think we will never play that card. The Keeper of the Echoes along with the Spine Chief are pretty good things to put at the bottom. And Unearthed Remains goes pretty well at the bottom too. The other things, I don't know what I'm doing with. So, Spine Chief goes at the bottom. The Keeper of the Echoes goes at the bottom and the back. And then Unearthed Remains goes at the bottom. So far, all of that was easy choices. Fortify is also easy. We'll just put it on the champion. Now the Rail Beater. Rail Beater could go at the top. It would give me Ember Drain, but it would kill this one next turn. Probably, unless Seraph the Patient goes to the top. I think that's worth trying. The Ember Drain is the sad part about that. Seraph the Patient goes to the bottom. Okay, so the top is taken care of. We are killing everything at the bottom, but it would be nice to take less damage here. We could do that with the Hornbreak. Hornbreak here takes less damage. Also, we have both of our Horned Warriors, which we could put out now. This Horned Warrior could go in the center, and this one could go at the top, or the other way around. The other way around, does that work for anything? I don't have anything to put with the Horned Warrior, because the Glug Cider doesn't fit with it. So I guess we put the one that has health in the middle. And we put the one that does not have health at the top. Ooh. Or we could put it... No, we can't. So we put it at the top. That's another Ember Drain for next turn. Is the Ritual of Battle better than playing Hornbreak? I mean, playing Hornbreak saves us from 36 damage on our champion. Actually, yeah, 36 damage. Let's do it. And then Proclamation can kill this one, which is kind of pointless because that one's dying anyway. It would do a little bit more damage to Seraph the Patient, but we are also giving Seraph the Patient attack value. So what I'm going to do is just fracture Seraph the Patient. And then be done down here. I don't like that our champion is taking so much damage. But the champion is also gaining health every turn, so, you know, it's okay. I like that you went to the top, and I don't mind that you're dying. I could put you in the center with this one, or I could put you back at the top. Kinda doesn't matter. I'm okay with you dying. You are unfortunate. We can kill you. Right here. There we go. You are not dying, which is a surprise. We could Proclamation to kill you, or we could use a Proclamation on the boss. I like that. I would prefer to use Echo Snare on the boss too, though. And we don't get to use both of those. Because I can't kill this except with the torch. So would I rather kill this with the torch and add less Reap, but get to use Proclamation? I think I would. So kill this with the torch. That you still die. Okay. For a second there I thought you would live, but never mind. And then we can use Proclamation to deal you a bunch of damage, and Fracture to keep the damage going. You dying is real bad. I wish that didn't happen. We could stop that with playing the Rail Beater. Ooh, I like that. So we're going to play the Rail Beater in the center. And then we could kill you. Or we could let... Actually, if we kill you, our Rail Beater survives a turn. That seems good. So Petty Theft you. Now, we should actually look at the bottom. Hornbreak does 50 damage twice. It's kind of not enough to do much down here. We could push this one to the back. Does that help much? I mean, it deals more damage to this one, which is good. I think we do want to do as much damage as we can to the one that's enraged and has more health. So I am going to push this one back. And then we're going to Hornbreak you. And you almost die. Almost. I like how much damage we're dealing to the boss, though. It's good that the boss is taking damage every turn. Oh, it did die. It died because of the additional reap that it got from serrated mandibles. How about that? So we have Perfect Insanity. We've got actually 2 of them. The only one that's dealing damage is the center one and of course the boss. Ascend a unit and apply Dazed 2. Ooh, I like that. So we could ascend the center one here, meaning that we're taking less damage at the bottom. And this one is dying anyway. And then we can Perfect Insanity the boss. Perfect Insanity the boss. Fortify you, which helps a little bit. And then Fracture the boss. I'm taking more damage every time because of the incant and the melee weakness, which is kind of sad here. But I do want to play Echoes of the Past. It's just, do I want to play it on you who might die? Or would I rather play it on you who would get less out of it, but you might survive? I think I want to use it here. Alright. The fact that my champion might be dying is real bad. You dying... Well, you probably won't die because we got the Rail Beater, of course. The Glugsider can't fit anywhere, but the Glugsider might fit at the bottom eventually if my champion dies. Let's put the Rail Beater at the top, as it usually goes. Yeah, I think saving this guy at the top is useful. Don't know how useful, but I think it is useful. The Echo Snare. Echo Snare could be used at the top. It would give Seraph more damage. But also the 4 Reap is quite nice. At the bottom, you are probably dying. So I think I'm going to do things at the top. And those things are going to be the Torch here. And then the Echo Snare. Great. Dealing a lot more damage to the boss. I think we are going to kill the boss kind of no problem with our spells, but I don't know if many things are going to survive to see that. To see the win happen. You know what? I can play another Rail Beater. I like playing these Rail Beaters all the time. Ooh, you know what? We could ascend the boss and apply Dazed. I like that. Nothing bad is happening at the bottom, and the Torch can take out that one. Or the Hornbreak. Let's ascend the boss. Now the boss is taking a lot more damage. Considering that there's kind of nothing wrong at the bottom, I wonder if we should focus on the boss. Because I can Fracture. I could Hornbreak, and Perfect Insanity. Let's do it. Hornbreak, Perfect Insanity, all on the boss. That means I'm not playing this Rail Beater. But the boss is almost dead. I kind of sacrificed the middle floor to do that play. But I think it was kind of nice. Okay, this is the final wave. And unfortunately for Seraph the Patient here, we drew another Perfect Insanity. So, Seraph the Patient is gone. Great. That was a pretty nice victory. I liked it. Now for the Last Divinity. Let's do it. The Last Divinity gets rid of Reap every turn, which is the worst part about this, I think. I've got the Alpha Fiend that we could put at the bottom with the Spine Chief. I like that. I could torch this one first, so that it doesn't deal 10 damage to a unit. Yeah, I like that. And the Perfect Insanity we're basically going to use on the Last Divinity. A whole lot, I think. So let's start here. Let's play the Spine Chief in front with our Horned Warrior behind. We could fracture the boss, but fracturing the boss doesn't last very long. The Rail Beater... do we play that on floor 2? Because the 7x2 here is going to hurt a lot, but we could kind of get around it by playing the Rail Beater over and over again. What does the Glug Cider actually do? It applies Reap. Well, that's not great. Considering that the Last Divinity gets rid of Reap. Okay, I think I like the Rail Beater on the second floor. And the Rail Beater's job is to deal some damage and die, and then come back. So, Fracture you. Yeah, Fracture you. And then we might kill the unit at the bottom, depending on where our serrated mandibles go. Almost, but not quite. Alright, I kind of got exactly what I wanted. The Alpha Fiend, the Horned Warrior Alpha Fiend here, is what I want to put behind this Rail Beater. So let's do that. And then we could play the Keeper of Echoes at the top to just do damage. Or I could kind of save that for the Glug Cider. Maybe we'll put the Keeper of the Echoes up there, and then when it dies, we'll replace it with the Glug Cider. That seems like the way. So, Horned Warrior goes here. And then Keeper of Echoes goes at the top. And then we get our Hell's Banners, Ember. And then we can consider what's happening at the bottom. I want to kill you. I really, really hate that you are dying because of the spikes. We can get around that with a couple things. For one, we could play Perfect Insanity on that one. Or we could play Soul Crushing Guilt and move it to the back. I think I might use my Perfect Insanity on this, on the Steel Wings. It's sad because I want to use it on the boss, though. In that case, what are we doing? We have to use Fracture to get the Echoes to play this. Man. Don't like these options. Fracture the boss? Because we're going to do enough damage on it, on everything else. So fracture the boss. That does not give us enough for perfect insanity. Whoops. Okay. We will soul crushing guilt you then. You still die. Oh no. Well, that went poorly. That went very poorly. If I had enough echoes to do perfect insanity, that would have gone a lot better. But the Spikes 3 kills my Horned Warrior very early, and I do not like that. Okay, well, the bottom just got a lot worse very early on. That's not good. All of a sudden, this seems like a much worse chance to win. So how are you doing? You're dying. The Darkwings would be nice to kill. The Conduit Redirector would be nice to kill too. You're dying. You're taking some damage, but we'll get the Rail Beater back. So I'm not worried about it yet. It'd be great if we still had the Keeper of Echoes in the deck, because I could put it down here. I did not think my Horned Warrior would die, and I forgot about the spikes. So I think what we do is we play Hornbreak to kill the Conduit Redirector. Let's start there. That prevents the spikes. Now, once we have the spikes prevented, what else can we do? Not a whole lot. We can play Proclamation, and we can play Soul Crushing Guilt, or we could play Torch instead of Soul Crushing Guilt. Hard to decide what to do here. I think what I want to do is Hosting Kin to move this one to the back. And then we could use Proclamation right now, or we could use Perfect Insanity. Or we could use Soul Crushing Guilt. There's a lot of options. A lot of options, none of them really speak to me as the best option. So I think this is the time that we play this Perfect Insanity on the boss. And then we basically can't play anything else. Here, anyway. We actually don't have enough echoes on any other floor to play anything. Okay, well, that turn was not great. But at least our champion is still alive, if not very alive. Our champion is dying. Quite quickly. We could play the Rail Beater with the champion, but I do want to play the Rail Beater here to keep him alive. I think this is more important. Keep you alive. You are making it to the top at this point. I do not like that. I could prevent that if we play Proclamation up here. But then, how do we deal with you? I want to deal with you with Perfect Insanity, I think. That would require me to play Hornbreak and Torch down here. which means we can't play Proclamation again. Can't really do Perfect Insanity on you next turn. And I would love to kill you this turn. So I think we do damage to the boss. We do Perfect Insanity on you. And then we cannot play Proclamation because we just don't have the echoes. Again, that's kind of surprising that we keep not having the echoes. Alright, I'm glad to see people dazed at the bottom, but you are not dazed, and that's bad. We could Tiresome Climb you. You seem to be making it to the top, which is bad. Quite bad. The Vengeful Shard only does 1 damage, so I think I'm not going to play it. Unearthed Remains... pretty decent at the bottom. We could Tiresome Climb you. That would save a lot of damage on our champion. We could Echo Snare down here first. I like that. So let's Echo Snare down here first. Echo Snare, then Tiresome Climb on the one that is not dazed, so that we do dazed him. Now we're only getting the 12 from the Last Divinity. I could try to stop that with the Rail Beater, but I think I still want the Rail Beater here. Because the Rail Beater here is keeping him alive, and you are doing a lot more damage than our champion. So, Unearthed Remains. I think I want you here. And we're going to fracture the one that is not dying here. Or we could fracture him. Fracturing him doesn't do a whole lot. Not a whole lot. But it might mean that we get to play the Glugsider at the top eventually. If we start actually doing things here. Do we save any damage on the Pyre by doing that? Because the Pyre does 40. You currently have... let's see, you're taking 20, so you currently have 190? So Fracture does not help much. Let's use the Fracture on this one. The one that is going to actually get fractured for a longer amount of time. I do need to play the Glugsider at the top sometime. Or the bottom. The bottom might be where we play it. This hurts. Oh man, we're at 33? We could die. Our guy is currently dying. That's due to the thorns and the winged conduit there. The winged conduit has to die. So I think Hornbreak is how we deal with that. Hornbreak, winged conduit has to die. Now what? We fortify you because who else are we going to fortify? We could use these up here. The Glugsider is coming. And you're dying. We could prevent you from dying by playing 2 things up here. That might be worth it. But I kind of want to play Echoes of the Past on you. Yeah, kind of want to play Echoes of the Past on this Horned Warrior, with the most possible that we can do with it. So let's do that. So that involves... Let's see here, torching this one doesn't do much, so let's not. Let's torch the boss. Let's fracture the boss, even though that doesn't last. And then let's Echoes of the Past you. So you're doing more damage. Would have loved to use the Ritual of Battle as well, but seems like the Ritual of Battle is too expensive. The fact that the bottom is not dying even close to dying is real bad. Alright, we've got our Glugsider. Glugsider right here, but we can't use it. Unfortunately, this is the wrong turn to draw that. I needed to draw it next turn. How do I prevent you from dying? The Rail Beater is kind of the way to do that. We can prevent you from dying by just giving you a Fortify, can't we? No, because of the Spikes 3. Soul-Crushing Guilt, though. Well, let's start with the Rail Beater here. That actually helps quite a lot. Although I don't know what we're going to do with that Wiltwings. That Wiltwings is a real problem right now. Perhaps the answer is we fracture it and hope that will do enough. It only does 2 right now. And Soul Crushing Guilt you to Dazed you. And ooh, our champion still dies. Oh, because the spikes and the multi-strike. Oh man. That's real bad. Alright, the champion is dead. We've lost a lot of units. We've lost a lot of units. You've got 1 spell shield. 1 spell shield. We're doing nothing at the bottom anymore. I think I might lose against Last Divinity the first time here. I might. You are getting hurt pretty hard because of the spikes. We are going to put the Rail Beater in front of you. That almost kills that one. Huh. Almost kills it. Is there a reason to do anything at the bottom? Can't think of one. Except for the Perfect Insanity. We could do the Perfect Insanity at the bottom. What do I do with this Wiltwings? Considering it has a spell shield. We could Petty Theft it. But that would just take the spell shield. It would kill the Pyre, wouldn't it? Wait a minute, does that kill the Pyre? Because the Pyre is at 33, and this deals 10 damage on death. Okay, it does not kill the Pyre. It puts the Pyre at 3 health. That hurts. That hurts real bad. But I don't think we can take care of it, so we are not, because we can't. We could Petty Theft you. Now you're dying. Proclamation down here kills this one, which seems important. It did not kill it. I calculated how much health that had incorrectly, apparently. Alright, that's not great. Because I did add attack value to both of those. We could place this soul-crushing guilt on one of those, so that it would be dazed next turn. But the fact that it moves it to the back is almost bad. Almost bad. I honestly don't know what to do here. The Fracture seems like the right play somewhere, not there. So I guess we play Fracture down here. Fracture on... Oh man. Fracture on one that we're also going to play Soul Crushing Guilt. Oh, we don't have Soul Crushing Guilt anymore. Never mind. Okay. Okay, the Pyre is at 3. Pyre being at 3 is bad. The Vengeful Shard is actually a problem now, all of a sudden. You're not dying, which is surprising. I will just call that surprising. A Hornbreak could kill one of these two. Or it could kill something at the bottom that's going to be a problem later, anyway. We cannot play Vengeful Shard. If we could deal damage to the boss, but we're not really dealing damage to the boss anymore. Let's see here. We are definitely going to play a Hornbreak to kill one of these units. The one that does not have the... I guess that doesn't matter, but killing one of those units. Now the boss is taking 2 health worth of damage. Tiresome Climb could get rid of that one. Does that help? It means we deal more damage to the boss. And it's not like he deals any damage to the Pyre when he gets there. So that could be good. I think we have to play Proclamation down here to kill that one. And then a torch killing one of these seems pretty important too, because those Weight of Contritions are real bad for us. And I think I can't play the Vengeful Shard. I think the Vengeful Shard is actually not worth playing yet again. Ick. So, Tiresome Climb. We could keep it in the hand for another turn, or we could use it here to deal more damage. Man, difficult decisions. We cannot ascend this one because the Pyre would die. We can't use the Perfect Insanity yet, but sometime. And I think we've got to use it against the boss. So I think what we do is we play Tiresome Climb on you. That means the boss gets 175 more damage, and we're closer to the number of echoes that we need to play Perfect Insanity on this floor. Which I think is our winning play here, is to play 2 Perfect Insanities on the boss. Let's pause right here so that me in the edit can show you the extinguishability of the Shaman. Now that you've read it, let's unpause and see what happens. Oh no, it had an extinguish ability that I did not read. Whoops. Okay, I died against the Last Divinity for the first time. The real question for me is, do I go up a rank, a Covenant rank? Because I don't know the answer. Symphony of the Soul, extract 5 double buffs and armor on a unit. That sounds like it could be amazing. What did that mean? Oh, we're in Wurmkin level 9. So we did not master anything, and we did not Divinity Master anything. So even if you beat Seraph, but you don't defeat the Last Divinity, you do not go up a Covenant rank, and you do not master cards. Interesting. I was not sure how that would work. Basically, this is one of the few times that this game does not do what Slay the Spire did. That was a pretty good run, even though we died at the end. I think I had a chance to win at the end if I had played my cards a little bit differently. However, still, the first time losing against the Last Divinity is kind of a new thing, and I'm happy to have experienced it sometime. Alright. Next time, we're going to try to Divinity Master a different champion. We'll come back to this one soon because we have not done it yet. In this run, the Wurmkin become the second clan to make it to level 9. No new mastered cards, since this run counts as a loss. On the right, 2 more mini-bosses make it to the 10 kill threshold, High Priest to the Light, and the Crystal Cloak. The Crystal Cloak also gave me a bit of trouble in this run, though I did plan ahead well enough to dispatch them. On the left, I have my second card to make it to the 100 battle threshold, where I stop counting. Train Steward, you have been checked off my list. Please stop appearing in my starting deck. Also, the Horned Warrior makes it to the 10 battle threshold. I had 2 of these in my deck, both with multi-strike 2, and gaining 5 attack on every strike. These Horned Warriors were great, as long as I could keep them alive. In the middle, I am featuring Dun Echo. This was my first time playing with this artifact, and I still don't know how to evaluate it. It's helpful, but how much? Cannot yet say. Serrated Mandibles, however, was amazing in this run, adding Reap every time I got a charged Echo, which included 3 times whenever my champion attacked. Serrated Mandibles also makes it to the 10 battle threshold. If you'd like to see more, I have a detailed tracking sheet, link in the video description. New episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.